There's lots of chat just now about how lockdown is going to lead to lots of lockdown babies. And so maybe in like 13 or 14 years we're going to have a whole bunch of kids that will be called affectionately the quarantinagers. Now that reminded me about a favourite website of mine. It's a website which allows you to look back and see how many babies were born with a particular name in Scotland. And so if I type in, for example, Christopher, which was my name when I was born, although I get called Chris now, I was Christopher, you can look and you can see the graph of all of the Christophers over the years, and you can see it's not been a good trend there. It's not as popular as it once was. But we can look at lots of different names, and some names they come as sort of wee trends. Okay, so for example, if we look up Britney and we click go, you can see there's a massive big jump here in 1999, the year that Hit Me Baby One More Time came out. And if you look up, for example, the name Chandler, became really popular while Friends was on the scene. And here you can see Chandler, including a girl, Chandler.
Hey, where's his thing? Chandler's a girl!
One thing that I spotted when I was looking through was that I thought I would have a wee look at the name Spike. And Spike is really interesting because actually, look at the graph for Spike. It's a self-realising graph, all of those spikes. And I also had a wee look to see if I could find any of my friends who I could identify on the graph, right? And so I looked up Eliane, and I only know one Eliane, and guess what? She's born in 1991, and so that dot on that graph, that is Eliane, at Eliane, follow her on Twitter. And one last one, just before I get to the puzzle, was I looked up the word sum, right? And I wondered, has anyone ever been called sum in Scotland? And you can find on here, not that many, but it tended to be that girls used to be called sum, and there's been a wee switch to now, more recently, that's a boy's name. Who knows? Time for your challenge. I'm going to ask you to find 5 things. So I want you to have a wee rummage around this website and typing in different names, and I want you to see if you can come up with a baby who was named after a number, a baby whose name is a Greek letter for a change, a baby whose name looks calculated but the extra letters are gamble. 4th, I want you to find a baby whose name is a unique abbreviation of mathematics. And 5th, I want you to find a baby whose name combines 2 of my all-time favourite mathematical numbers. So the answer to question 1, there was in 2011 a child born in Scotland called 10. The answer to the second question, I was looking for the Greek letter delta. So delta in Scotland since 1974 until now, there were 3 of those. Question 3, there's a wee bit of sneaky, a wee bit of a cryptic one. So obviously the calculated bit was meant to make you think of Casio, you know, the king of calculators. But the extra letter N brings it into a gamble, so that's casino. And there was a wee casino born in 2017. Question 4, maybe you started with mathematics and checked for that, and then abbreviated it by an S, and then by a C, and then by an I. Eventually you get to math with an E. I'm not sure, maybe that's pronounced mat, I don't know. And there was only one of those on the records. And lastly, a 1992 baby, and with an amazing name. That name was Pi.